Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And boy, oh boy, we got a show here for you guys here today that you definitely want to stick around for. So please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the show. Now, let's delve right back into this topic. The number one trending topic in sports media right now, within the last 48 hours, has to do with the on-air spat between Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. Even yesterday, they were making fun of them on Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley and Shaq, right? Like, take off your glasses and all of that, right? Because of that exchange that they had on television. Obviously, you all know what happened by now. You know what transpired. Skip essentially started disrespecting Shannon for basically, talking about Tom Brady in a way that he didn't appreciate. He basically told him that you're jealous of Tom Brady because he's still playing in his mid 40s or whatever, or early 40s or 40s, and you had to retire at the age of 35, not mentioning the fact that they played two different positions. Fine. And then Shannon Sharpe said, but I'm a 3-time, Super Bowl winner and I'm in the Hall of Fame. And then Skip Bayless says, so freaking what? Tom Brady is a way better football player than you, right? And then Shannon Sharpe, was taken aback. He was like, he seemed stupefied by what Skip said. And then he was just basically like, Skip, I can't believe you're going to sit up here and insult me, just because you love Tom Brady so much. And Skip basically told him, yes, I'm going to do that. You can go ahead and kick rocks and put your glasses back on. He basically told him, put your glasses back on, right? So after that happened, we reacted to that, and a lot of people, reacted to it. I gave my 2 cents on it. But now it seems as if that one of Skip Bayless's former nemesis and Jalen Rose decided to chime in on Twitter. So we want to read one or two things that he had to say here on Twitter. The first one was he had the video up on his channel, and he was reacting to what J. Scott Smith posted, which was the clip where he said, J. Scott Smith, he said, this is embarrassing behavior on air from Skip here. And when Shannon takes the glasses off, we've all been there. Then Jalen Rose responded to that tweet by saying, wow, what a bully tactic. And clowns call him drip. Definition of a culture vulture. Then he posted in another tweet responding to someone else where that person said, Skip showed this man absolutely zero respect on national television, and he didn't even defend himself. Jalen Rose would never laughing emojis, and then Jalen Rose put ever. Now, some people may be wondering, for those that may be in the newer school, what does Jalen Rose have to do with Skip Bayless? Well, a number of years ago on ESPN, Jalen Rose was a regular, and he was on First Take with Skip Bayless. And I think Jalen Rose and Skip were having a dispute over, I think, name calling or something like that. And Jalen Rose was like, how many points did you average when you play basketball? Like 1.4 or something like that. And he basically called Skip out. He basically gave Skip some of his own medicine, which is what Skip's medicine is. Skip's medicine is to insult people and make fun of people. That's what Skip does. And he gave him his own medicine, and it was so bad. It was so bad that Stephen A. Smith had to come on the following day and be the mediator to mediate the situation between Skip Bayless and Jalen Rose. And from that day forward, we have never seen Jalen Rose back on ESPN First Take when Skip was there. People that saw this are reacting to that, right? We don't want to play the clip because it's not really necessary. You can just go hunt it down on the internet. But that's what Jalen Rose was talking about, referring to. And that's when that guy said Jalen Rose would never, because Jalen Rose has already checked Skip Bayless in the past. Now, we read through some of the comments, and I saw some shows out there, people reacting to what Skip had to say to Shannon yesterday. And I also want to react a little bit to what Jalen Rose had to say. First of all, if it was Jalen Rose on that show, I don't even think it would have gotten to that point. Jalen Rose is very good at shutting you down in a very calm kind of way. Jalen Rose doesn't need to shout and bang on the table or do anything. He's like what you call a smooth operator. He would have totally dismantled. He would have totally dismantled Skip. And trust me, if Skip came at Jalen Rose like that on live air, Jalen Rose would have given it right back to him immediately. And he would have known exactly where to hit Skip where it hurts. Now, some of you are saying, why didn't Shannon go back as Skip? I'll tell you why. The fundamental reason Jalen Rose would have given it back to Skip immediately, and why Shannon Sharpe didn't give it back to Skip immediately, was simply this. Jalen Rose knows that Skip Bayless is not his friend. He's an associate, was an associate, or a colleague at work. Nothing more and nothing less. So he doesn't have to give him that grace. He doesn't have to treat him as a friend. He wouldn't be hurt if Skip said that to him. He would be insulted, and then he would respond swiftly. In the case of Shannon, to go back to my original point yesterday, Shannon believes that he's doing a show with a friend that happens to be a colleague, and Skip is doing the show with an associate that he happens to be friendly with. The reason Shannon was taken aback was because he was genuinely hurt because what? He thought Skip was his friend. And that's why he said, Skip, you really gonna do that to me on live TV? Really, Skip? He's like, aren't we friends? Isn't that something you would say to somebody that you believe is your friend? It absolutely is. In the case of Jalen Rose wouldn't go down that road because he would already know what time it is. He would already know what time it is. What Jay said, show him how to move in a room full of vultures. You gotta know when the energy is sincere and when it isn't. You gotta peep that. You gotta know when you shake the hand like, yo, I wasn't feeling that. That wasn't a genuine handshake. And that's why I went back to that thing about why don't they dap it up? Some people are like, no, you read it to me. That's everything, man. You gotta know. Off topic, y'all gonna crack up. I've been talking to Marco about this, the co-founder of Dreamerspro. I've been watching The Godfather. I watched it when I was very young, so I wasn't able to comprehend it as well as I am now in my 30s. And I'm watching The Godfather, and I'm like, yo, I cannot believe this. It is a clinic on how to read behavior, how to read intentions, how to read between the lines. That's essentially what it's about. That's essentially what it's about. And that movie has been a revelation to me. An absolute revelation. So Shannon wasn't on his P's and Q's. And that's why he was caught off guard. And to the final point that I want to get to, when he called a culture vulture. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to touch on that on another show. Let me stay on topic here. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what Jalen Rose had to say? What do you think about my breakdown? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.